Hello my dear YouTuber friends, and I do hope you're all keeping well. Welcome to this new video back on Hogwarts Legacy again. I'm releasing this one because I've got hold of a broom. I believe it was Bill who asked on my last video that I did, which I'll link right at the end of this video, sort of the performance on my laptop with Hogwarts Legacy. Will I be recording or showing the broom flight on my main channel? Now, for those who have joined this channel not knowing what my main channel is, I'll link it down in the description. It's also on my channel page here under featured channels or something like that. It's a flight simming channel. So that's probably why Bill, he came across from my flight simming channel, was asking whether I would make a video on broom flight. But I thought it would be more applicable to put on this channel, as it's more to do with modern games rather than flight simulators. Anyway, as you can see, flying a broom near Hogwarts here. I'm going to give you my thoughts of how it feels within the game itself. It's actually pretty beautiful and a different type of flying, as you can imagine, from something like a flight simulation. Let's not crash into Hogwarts. So brooms, just be aware if you're going to pick up this game or you've got it and you've not got to broom flight yet. It takes a while to get there. I've been playing for around 10 hours, but I've been absorbing the world of Hogwarts Legacy. I've not been rushing. I've been recording videos on it as well. I've been going through all sorts of different quest lines and goodness knows what. Let's just see if I can get under this bridge. Lovely, I can. So yeah, I've been taking my time, but you won't get to Broom straight away. You will get a quest at some point after a few hours of play if you go straight through the storyline about a flight lesson. A broom flight lesson. Wait for that storyline. Someone will mention in that storyline, I can show you this, that if you go to Hogsmeade, which is here, Hogsmeade map, there's a certain shop here that you can visit. And if you visit that shop, you can get hold of a broom. I'll leave you to discover that. By the way, I didn't show this in my last video, but the game's actually quite large. These are the areas that are in green that I've uncovered so far. These are all the areas I've got to yet discover. Remember, this is after 10 hours play. The game is pretty huge. Hogwarts itself is a huge region, with the Forbidden Forest and Hogsmeade and goodness knows what. But then you've got all these different areas to unlock. So yeah, it's a pretty big game, and I think there's a hippogriff that I got with the Deluxe version, which I still have to unlock. Anyway, when you get to your broom, how does it feel? Well, first thing I would do if you're used to flight simulators, go to your settings. And I believe it's in this menu. What's that called? Well, that menu there, that icon there, click on there. You do get a option to invert your flight controls. Tick on that if you're used to flight simming. That means with your right analog stick, you would push down to descend, pull up to climb. Which is pretty normal. If you can imagine you're on your broom, you're going to be pushing your broom down, think of it that way, to descend. You're going to be pulling it up to climb. Your left analog stick controls your left and right. I believe you can mess around with these in settings as well. I've just left it as it is rather. So left analog stick, left and right, right analog stick to climb and descend. And use your triggers to control your speed. So right trigger will go full forward. You can use your left trigger to give you a boost, which is quite nice. So how's it feel? It's not as detailed as you would find in a flight sim. It's lovely to see Hogwarts Castle. It's now coming to twilight, I believe. It's lovely to see Hogwarts Castle in that sort of light, from different views, and you can go around, fly over these mountains and hills. There's kind of invisible walls. Let's see if we can find one. So let's do a bit of zoom action, try and get us to fly a bit quicker here. Oh, there's the Quidditch field ahead there as well. It's a bit fiddly, the flight controls left and right. I've turned the controller sensitivities down in settings. It's still a bit, you know, if you just touch your controller left or right with the Xbox 360 controller at least, it's a bit, yeah, it's a bit touchy. It goes left and right immediately. Up and down are fine. So there's a Quidditch field. See if I can find one of these invisible walls. So if I want to get over these hills ahead of me here, you'll probably find at some point I'm going to hit an invisible wall and it will say you can't go in this area while you're on a broom. Oh, maybe it's going to prove me wrong here. Should hit an invisible wall and there we go. Can't enter while mounted, so you have to turn back. It turns you back. And all around this area will be an invisible wall. Yep, just turn me back again. Just try that again. There you go. So I've got to turn the other way because I can't go in that area whilst I'm on a broom. So you can fly around certain areas, certainly around the whole of sort of Hogwarts Castle. It is pretty nice. You don't get this in a flight simulator, to fly around Hogwarts Castle and its grounds. When I've unlocked other areas, I believe the Forbidden Forest is below me, maybe? Hogsmeade up ahead, I'm not sure which direction maybe it's the other direction, I'm not sure. It is nice to see Hogwarts while you're flying on a broom, and you can do further updates. I've not got to that part in the story yet. I've got to go out to the Quidditch field to meet somebody to beat them in a match, and then I can get further upgrades for my broom, things like speed upgrades, that type of thing. And it feels fairly nice. It feels game-ish. Of course it's a game, so it's not quite as involved, quite as in-depth as something that you would find in a flight simulation. For example, if you're used to flying Cessnas, you're not going to find this quite as authentic. But hey, none of us have ever flown brooms. Well, you can see the lights coming on in Hogwarts now. Now are the lights fading. So it is interesting. The camera, if you don't hold it down, it does reset, so you've got to keep holding it. So do bear with me while I do that, because I don't want it to keep resetting. Yeah, it's nice to get different views of Hogwarts Castle. There you go, there's different outbuildings here. Let's zoom down. Actually, if I zoom down, you can dismount the broom. Let's just try that. We'll dismount here. Right, stop going forward so quickly and just come down. How do I dismount? There we go. So just hold my left button in and B, left button and B to mount the broom again. And there we go. Oh, it's a lovely way to travel. I've been using the Flu network to travel. You can quick travel using the Flu network. If you don't know what I mean, that's like a sort of fast travel within the Harry Potter universe. But I think from now on, when I can, I'll be using my broom to get around. Let's try and dismount and land down here. So it's a bit of fun, but not quite as authentic as something that you'll find in a flight simulator, of course. There you go. Let's dismount again so I can go here now, look around. If there are enemies here, I can go and fight them. Let's mount my broom again, get back up in the air. So that's quite nice. Quite a nice feature. Can't wait to do a few upgrades for my broom. I can't wait to unlock the Hippogriff flight as well. And as I got the Deluxe version, I do believe I can fly one of them instead of using my broom. So that will be quite interesting. Yeah, you do get a lovely view. Oops. See what I mean about a bit fiddly? It's a bit touchy moving left and right. I'll have to play around with that a little bit more. But yeah, it's good fun. Anyway, chaps, just thought I'll show you this. Do let me know your thoughts, and I'll be doing a retro video soon enough. And I'll see you on the next one.